And learn today Sicha, Likkutei Sichos Chelek Parshas Vayechi. This week is finishing Vayechi. Chazak, we're going to learn Vayechi, the first Sicha in Chelek Chof. Very, very interesting and Geschmack and Peledic Sicha. But the Rebbe is Machadish here. There's you learn regular the Chumash in the story what happened in Gemara and in Medrashim and Rashi brings it down. What happened with Yankiv? Yankiv. It says here, he wants to tell him what's going to happen, the case, the Mashiach is going to come and everything, and then the Rebbe doesn't let him do it. So what's going on? Yankiv is under cover. If he wants to do it, the Rebbe has to agree. What is the story? He's allowed to do it, he's not allowed to do it. For sure that he did something that the Rebbe wants. What is the gaining of telling him? What is the gaining with not telling him? Because if the Torah wouldn't tell us the story, everything would be fine. It tells us the story that he wanted, and he didn't. So what is here? The Rebbe is going to bring out such innovation, the Meile in saying and the Meile not saying. And there's a whole debate if Yankiv Avinu also lost the knowledge when the goal is going to be on that. And beautiful, just beautiful as the Rebbe is bringing it out. Everything is going to be understood. And the most important thing, the Yeroe, again, in the last few weeks, I volunteer, but in the last few weeks, always there is the Sicha about how to conduct ourselves in Golus. Let's say the Sicha with Yankiv Avinu. The Rebbe starts the Sicha. What did he say there? He said Shira Malus every day, 15 times Shira Malus. You're in Choron, you're in Bayis Shelovon, in the worst place in the world. And Shira Malus, how could it be Shira Malus? Because we have he has to remember always, whenever he's in Golus, he has to live above and higher than Golus. And he could live in Golus and be higher than Golus. Okay, as the Rebbe is saying it in clear words in the last paragraphs, how we do it. Okay. Oy sale, oy vom Posig bei Yankiv vel Bono bei Yemer Yosef va gido lechem es asher ikro eschem ba'achris hayomim. Zog Chazal, Rebbe brings dann in the Gemara im Psochim, Rashi brings it then also on the Posig. Bikesh Yankiv legales lebon of Keitz hayomim, when it's tal kommen Shchina. He wanted to reveal them when it's going to be the Geule and the Shchina went away from it. The Rebbe says a beautiful question. Ist Tomor. Sie doch sicher, dass mit seinem Willen zum Egal seinem Ketz ist Yankiv gewen äußern, nicht dann beweisen, dass weiß dem Ketz. Yankiv wasn't here to show off and say, yes, I know when Mashiach is going to come. Has to be something has to be a purpose and a gain, something that the Eden should gain from him telling it. Something useful. So what is it? If the goal is not going to be even there, what's going to be after? Was for Ateles, what Eden geart von dem, was we wollen, say them with Megali when them cats. What would they gain if he tells them the cats? And the Rebbe says the question becomes even much more stronger as we are today, 3,500 years after Yankiv Avinu wanted to be revealing it. Rabbi, when Yankiv will say, Megalig when them cats, when Yankiv tells them when it is, was wird erst sein mit viele tausender Jahren später, as wir now stehen Goles, wie man sagt, jetzt der, as dain loibo. Was wollte es nicht gebracht kein Teils. In the first question is, what kind of Teils would it bring? In the second, the question that becomes more stronger is, Rabbi, not only a Teils, but it's going to be the opposite. You know what it's going to bring? No, das wird gepoilt bei Eden am moiridike Zerbrochenkeit in the Michas Ruach. So what is the idea that Yankiv wanted to reveal and tell him that Mashiach is not going to be for 3,500 years? Before Shim, Rebbe brings an out in Kliokor in Yefetoyal. Okay, Farent for Yankiv what the kids gewollt Megalo sein, no Lebonov. Very interesting answer, but the Rebbe said, I have two questions on that and I can't accept it. What do they say? He wanted to reveal it only to his kids, and they shouldn't tell it if Mashiach is not coming. They shouldn't tell it over to their kids. It should be a secret. And quotation from the Yefei Toya. He was sure. Because he knows that they are very special people. They are tzaddikim, the base shift Israel. And even if they're going to see the Mashiach that it gets so far, they're not going to let go of any Yiddishkeit. They're not going to let go of the Eibishter, and they're going to be fine Jews. Aber euch das hat der Rebbe nicht gewollt. Now the question, why did the Rebbe didn't want? If Yankiv says that my kids could take it and they're going to stay the same people, why not? Okay, so again the quotation from him. כדי שלא יבוד על לבוים אחריהם, ורבי משיאשו אילו יודו שליטים וחויקוס. You know what the story is? Why the Rebbe didn't let them say? Because it's not going to be a secret. If he tells his kids, eventually it's going to go out. So this is the chiddush that the Meforshim say. The Rebbe says, I can accept it. Aber der Tirz ist nicht glattig. Im Pseudoshel Mikro, you can take it. Aleph, the Chash von Yedea Yivod ale Boim Achreim, Rabbi Yankiv Megalig when Ketz alle 12 sehen, is a sach was is moving go be Parshas. The Rebbe brings on a Gemara in Bobe Basre. Gemara says there that if somebody told two people, it's finished, it's no more secret. And the Gemara comes to the end, I think Rabbi Yisakili or somebody says that even if you tell it to one, there's no more secret. And the Gemara uses this lotion that we always use. Chavroch, Chavre Isle, the Chavro, Chavre Isle. So just tell to one guy, and that's finished. So is Yankov didn't know that? He knows it. So why did he want to tell him? The Rebbe says, no. If these 12 are going to know, everybody's going to know. Doesn't make any sense. Beis ve'ikar. That was the question, and this Meforshim is even more strong. Damit wird nicht verrennt, wird Ikar Scheile. Okay, I accept that that's what he wanted, and the Rebbe didn't let it. What are the tales? Well, the Gilui, you're telling me that that's going to be very far. What are you going to gain by that? You're going to be better Jews, they're going to be bad, fine, they're not going to let go of Yiddishkeit because they are tzaddikim. But what are you gaining by that? So we have one very interesting question. What did Yankiv think about Megalos and Imketz? What would be the Toyeles? And other Rabbi, not only a Toyeles, we go back to the question before the Meforshim, for the Ifei Torah. It's going to be the opposite effect. Another question, as mentioned before, that there's 2 days what happened to Yankiv. Bonim, the kids, he didn't tell. The Rebbe says, Shrine, Nistalko Shrine, and he didn't tell it. What happened to Yankiv himself? Euch darf man verstehen, euch beis. In Chazal gefinnen mir 2 days. Alle, der Ketz ist Nistalem geworden, euch von Yankiv. Wie steht im Medrash? The Medrash says, Bo legalus lema Ketz, wenn is kasso mimenu. He doesn't know anymore where the Ketz is. Weil der steht im Medrash mit Chilas HaSedre. Bikesh, when Nista mimenu. In 2 places in Medrash we have, that Yankiv also lost the knowledge when the Gul is going to be. Then we have the Gemara. Beis, von Yankiv ist nicht ins Kasse geworden. Hat es aber nicht Megale gewesen Lebono. Because he saw that the Shrine left him, so he didn't tell it to the kids. But he himself knew when the Ketz is still going to be. So there's 2 different opinions. Shloima.
Rashi's quoting somewhere.
Gemara Psochim. Yeah. If you want to say what is Rashi's opinion?
It's not clear.
Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't talk about it. Yeah, right. Yeah. Give a look at it if you have the. Okay. We explain this is the Diuk Loshen Hashas. We said just before that the Gemara says that he still knew when the Ketz is going to be. Wirklich Yankiv legal is when Nistalkom men Shrine, nicht am Nistalik men Ketz. The Gemara is very precise with every word. If I said that Yankiv was also discussed like the Medrash, the Gemara would have said when Nistalik mimenu a Ketz that he doesn't know anymore the Ketz. What does it say? Nistalkom men Shrine. Weil Leute das Hashas ist für Yankiv nicht discussed geworden Ketz. According to the Shas, he still knew when the Ketz is going to be. Es ist bloß Nistalik geworden von ihm die Shrine. But gesehen, as me will nicht Gilu Aketz, hat nicht Megale gewesen. Because the Shrine goes away, says, oh, it's not a time to reveal, but he still knows when it is. Oh, yes, there is a deeper understanding. What does it mean? Proof that Yankiv still knew about it. Shrine vulosh mishochamti besoichom. It doesn't say Nistalik mena Kodesh Baruch Hu, Nistalik mena Hashem. The lotion that the Gemara uses is Nistalik mena Shrine. Why? Because what is Shrine? That says, the koyach zu kennen mashkin, mamshach sein dem Gilu Aketz lemato lebonov, this went away from him. What is Shrine? Shochanti besoichom. That's why. And the Rebbe says in footnote 13, very geschmack, v'gam zeh, even this that I say the Shrine went away from him is only about this Geule, about this Ketz HaYomin. But other things, he did it. The Shrine didn't leave him completely. Where do we see it? The Rak Be'inyan zeh, the Rebbe underlined, zeh, the Gilu Aketz, v'lo b'shar inyonim, shari im shir v'kamo inyonei nevueh. We see that Yankiv in the brochas that he gave to the kids, there was nevuah there. How do you have nevuah if the Shrine left him? Shrine left him only not to reveal when the case is. And the Rebbe get the Rechaga in a Sograyim in a Ore, so geschmack answering a question on Rashi. ומתרצת בזה גם כן בסוף רש"י, והתחיל לדבר דברים אחרים, לכל יותר למען אף כאן. Rashi says, Nistalkom men Shrine, finish. That's the Rashi has to give us here. Rashi is not finished. Rashi is adding on, when התחיל לדבר דברים אחרים, he started talking other things. What do you have to tell me here? It's not again. Whoever's going to learn a Pasuk Chumash later is going to see that he said other things. What is Rashi telling us? Okay, so now according to these 2 Pirush that we have the Medrash, we have the Gemara, so the Rebbe is asking a question. Darf man verstehen? Wie bald das kemo lechol hades. Ken der Rebbe ster bald Yankiv von Megal seinem Ketz lebon und viele Yankiv ist dem Ketz. Is my time was later der Rishono is geworden das Schiene der Ketz ist nicht am Gorn von Yankiv. Der Rebbe ster is ways, Nistalko Shrine, he doesn't tell. What is the reason that the first opinion the Medrash says that he also went away from him also? Why? The main idea is that they should know, but he could know further. What is the reason here? There's something here, a limud that the Rebbe learns from this, that even from Yankiv it was discussed, a beautiful limud that we're going to learn further. So we have here, all in all, we have 2 questions. Question number 1, what did Yankiv intend? We're telling the kids, not only would be Arterieles, it would be the opposite, they would get, the Rebbe's Lashon is unbelievable, they would get Zerbrochenkeit in the Milchas HaRuach. What's translation? They're going to be heartbroken because they're going to know what's going on here. 3,500 years. Okay. So, and the second question is, why is the opinion of the Medrash that they also discuss it? What are you gaining by that? Why not that only for to tell the kids? But here still no. Gimel. Mikol analysis movon. As beide ifani megala sein oder nicht megala sein im Kerz, können bringen aktuelles Verrit. Because I see that he wanted to reveal, and the Rebbe didn't let them, so we must come to a conclusion and see that there is gaining with telling him and gaining without telling him. And this is the different opinion from Yankov that he wants, and then the Rebbe says no. The Rebbe says noch mehr. Bald as Yankov is einer von the obvious, the Choyra could think Chas v'Sholem to even say it, that Yankov, when he said it, he shouldn't have want. The Rebbe doesn't want, why do you do it? The Rebbe says it can be such a thing. Und noch mehr, bald as Yankov is einer von the obvious, shehein in Merkava, the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya, there's no other word that we could use in a bittul to somebody, or bittul of the obvious to the Eibishter as a Merkava. A Merkava has no opinion. Wherever you schlep, that's where he goes. That means that they were Merkava 24/7, 365. They didn't have anything for themselves or everything for the Eibishter. It's muchach zu sagen, as das ist biggish Yankov legal is bis zu der Rega. When it's talking till the second the Eibishter went away from him, is given by Etem zum Rotzno Elyon. So what is going on here? The Eibishter wanted he should want to tell. It's not against the Eibishter. So welch Yankov is given a Merkava, oich demos. Und das was der Eibishter hat Poel nicht der los nach Yankov soll sie egal sein im Ketz, ist weil in jene Matze hat sich gefordert der Räuf war Noge und die Teil ist was kommt von dem, als der Ketz soll nicht egal werden. Yankov when he wanted to reveal, the Eibishter said no, it's not the time to do it. But when he wanted to do it, his opinion and his everything was as a Merkava, and this was then according to what the Eibishter gave him, that he should want to do it, and then the Eibishter says no, don't do it. So we're going to see that there's a mile in both. There's a mile in revealing and there's a mile in not revealing. Otherwise, the Torah wouldn't tell us the whole story. Und dabei sind voran 2 days. Now we're coming back to the 2 days. Leute in days, oder die Torah ist gedarf sein, euch bei Yankov Atzmoi. Und der Rebbe discuss euch, when gets. There is a advantage of not telling him when the goal is going to be. So the first opinion is that also Yankov needed it. He should lose and not know when it is. Or the Leute zweite Day ist das an ihnen, was ist gewinnt, gebloist to the Shvotim, that they shouldn't know, but he still continues to know. And the Fall is for Yankov allein, nicht discussing geworden der Ketz. This is the difference of the two opinions. Now the Rebbe starts to answering the questions that we have. The Shlemar Rabbi Obazeh, Al Pi, the Rosh Hashanah, Poshet Gishmak, it's so Gishmak what the Rebbe is bringing out, and we're going to go from one to the other. What is Yankov's opinion? Then what is the Rebbe's opinion? And why Yankov wanted and why the Rebbe didn't want. Just beautiful. Shlemar Rabbi Obazeh. Al Pi Rosh Hashanah, the Rebbe brings an Azoya, al Apostle Teveime v'Sheteme bar Nachalos Chamochen l'Shuvta Chopal Hashem Goyma. There is a posuk in Beshalach in the Shira Sayam, the Moshe Rabbeinu says the Shira, it says Teveime v'Sheteme, and Mochen l'Shuvta the Rebbe is emphasizing, we will see it soon, underline, for Alto Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu says they bring him into the place that you are going to build the Beis Hamikdash yourself. And the Azoya is continuing. Ilu Zochu, wo der Rebbe schon dann bei Yetzias Mitzrayim gebracht die Eden in dem Mochel Lishutach po Alto Hashem. What is the gaining by that? Binyon the Kutshe Brichot, los of the Zoya, is the Shaykh ken Choben ve Golus. Bemele vol die Gule von Golus Mitzrayim given, euch die Geule amit is vashlema shein achareo Golus. This is according to this Zoya, you can understand what happened with Yankov, what he wanted. Toys, as the cats in the Oifen, wer es gestanden in jenem Zman, when Yankov wanted to tell his kids, when was the Geule supposed to be? As we say in Shira Sayam, as soon as they come out of Mitzrayim, they go to Eretz Yisrael, and the Rebbe builds the Beis Hamikdash, and no more Golus, means no more Golus. So in that time, Ilu Zochu is given Bisman for Yetzias Mitzrayim, no more Golus. But Pizen, now we're going to understand, according to this map, Zoya will understand what happened with Yankov. But Pizen, when we find in my map, big Yankov Legalis, Kates Hayamin, as of the Gewalt Legalis and in Kates, where it's given demo. Dem Zman von Yetzias Mitzrayim. Not, as we said at the beginning of the Sicha, it's 3,500 years later and he's still not there. No. Ilu Zochu, but this was given the real Geule. That's what he wanted to tell him. Now, the Zman von Yetzias, now the Rebbe is having an interesting question. The Zman of Yetzias Mitzrayim in a Geule, we don't know. Everybody knows it. In Parshas Lech Lecho, v'avodom v'ino yishem abba me'eshon, v'achrein yeitzu b'chush godel. So what did Yankov wanted to reveal? They know it. The Rebbe is going to be mchadish what Yankov wanted it. And how folgt as das Zman von Yetzias Mitzrayim is given as Zman Kovua, ויודוע, רבי שזה גורל says the same thing, דרוי בשטרות מבטיח בין אברהם, כי גרי זרח הבאות לדוהם, גוימר, 400 שונו, ואחרי יצאו וגוימר, יבוס את ינקים וגדלת מגל זין. They knew about the story that they're in Mitzrayim with a reason, that the Rebbe put them in Mitzrayim to fulfill the bris bein absorim, that they have to be there 400 years. Is it Shloimar? So Rebbeinu Shalom, what did Yankiv wanted to reveal to them? Is it Shloimar, die Iden haben gewusst, dass noch die 400 Shono, wenn sie herausgehen von Mitzrayim. Aber nicht, das wird sein, ilu zoch ha'gule nitzchus, she'en achar golus. What did Yankiv innovated to them? Remember, that it's going to be a geule, everybody knows, can't be Mitzrayim forever. But that it's going to be a golus, a geule, she'en achar golus. This they didn't know. The Rebbe brings down unbelievable footnote 20. We could see it, but he didn't know. It says in Brisbane Absorim, it says that it was four Lashonos. Emo Chashecho. Why? Rashi say on the spot, the Rebbe Intet Avram Avinu Koyal Dalet Malchir. So it's going to be four times golus. Edom, no. Anyway, there's 4 golus after Modai, I think. Yeah. Huh? Bovel. Yeah, right. So they knew. So what did Yankee bought him Mechadish? Yankee was Mechadish. Them know that if Zoch, when you're going out, this is going to be the end. They knew about the Geula, but not this kind of Geula. Und das hat Yankee gewollt Megala sein. Jetzt erst Mitzrayim is their case. It's finished. That's it. No more goals. Und damit ist verstanden. So it's very Geschmack now. We know what Yankee wanted to reveal to them, and it's not going to break them. Adrab, it's going to give him help to serve the Eibishter. Damit ist verstanden. Yankee was gewonnen bei dem Well Megala sein. But the kids, what is the Toyeles? What did you say, Toyeles? What is the benefit of telling it to them? The Rebbe says, I understand. When they learn, as the case, I mean, it's gone on. You're going to hear that that's very close. It's when Yaakov is going to pass away. He's 70 years in Mitzrayim. He's left 193 years. So it's not 3,500 years. Wenn sie sich mistadel sein zu verbleiben in der Matze von Zocho. The Zoya says, Ilu Zocho. And Yaakov is going to tell him, if you're going to do whatever you have to do, Moshiach is going to come right after Yitzias Mitzrayim. So what happens if Yankee tells them that the Gula is going to be from Mitzrayim? They're going to try to be Zochu. They're going to try. They shouldn't ruin it. Sein geht bei Zirus Yesero. Also soll nicht sein, kein von Shem Oigram Achet. You know, by Yankee Bobino when he went and he had the dream with the ladder, and the Rebbe told them, he said he's scared. The Rebbe told, don't worry, everything's going to be good. On the way back, Yankee Bobino is scared. He's divided them and he's ready for Tfile, Matone, and Milchome. What's going on? Yankee Bobino doesn't believe in the Eibishter. Gemara says, Shem Oigram Achet. So the Eden here, they're going to hear the Geula is coming right out of Mitzrayim. And then there's to be Iluzocho. They're going to be very careful to be Zocho. Was soll goyim sein, als der Ketz soll sich verhalten, chas v'sholem. So we have a geschmack in Hezbollah now, but now the Rebbe is going to say, I'm not satisfied with that. You know why? Very simple. What are you telling them? When is Mashiach going to come? In 197 years later. Are they going to be alive? No. So what is the gaining?
193.
Huh?
193.
I wrote it down. Yeah. The Rebbe says Mosai.
There was this vein in the city.
Yeah, well, the Rebbe doesn't say
There's
it.
this
Right.
character.
Yeah, it says here. But I wrote it down the exact number, because from 200 to 10, you take off 17.
This is one is
Yeah, 193. I said 197, 193. Yeah. Der Bio ist aber nicht maßig. Wer ist der Stalkus für Yankee Bobin ist gewesen noch herum 200 Jahre. There was still left about 200 years. Let's see 23 on the bottom. Sharem Yiridas Yankee למצרים עד יציאת מצרים עברו רדו שונו. רדו is 210. Welche Geschenke Legalo ist es הקץ? It was der Vayechi Yankee בארץ מצרים 17 שונו. Meisa Yiridas מצרים. So he's left 193 years. Bis jetzt erst Mitzrayim. Also as by the Bnei Israel v'yenem do, so he collects his sons. You know what he tells them? You know Mashiach is going to come in 193 years later. Who's going to be happy about it? For sure, I'm not going to make it.
They're all past 44.
Weil der Gideon kurz, hier, der Rebbe, weil der Gideon hat herausgerufen, Atzvus. Wie bald das Alpiteva is clear, Chumish, wo Yom of Meir Bes Mushono, and here we talk about 193, and they were already they're not born yet. They were already adults. Weil der Ketz nicht gekommen b'chayeyem, al medei, Meile wurde der Kusche durch. So the terror that I wanted to give you, the Yankee wanted to tell him, going out of Mitzrayim is going to be the Ketz HaYomin, and no more Golus would not help, because what are you giving them? They're going to be tzubroch anyway, because they're not going to make it.
I think the deal was, 139 years after the last of the Testament.
No.
I think it was 139 years after the last of the Testament.
I don't think so, because I'll tell you why. Because no.
139. And then it started worse by Miriam, 86 years.
All those right. Koi Sheshibut was Megimatria Elokim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Shipper started
86
years before that. 139 years is after all the Testament.
30 years.
But don't forget also that there's different opinions. There's different opinions. There's different opinions when the goal is started. Rashi says by Yankiv that as soon as Yankiv passed away, that's why there's a stuma. That's why he is together with the previous Parshas. Yeah.
That's 30 years before. 86 was 30. 160.
Geht dann nicht nur mit Kaffee, geht mit seinem Vermieter.
It's okay. Yeah. Because they died much later. Yosef was 110 only.
Oh, you don't want them to survive anyway. They wanted them to survive anyway, so because they knew already about the farm.
Exactly right. Yes.
No, so they're ready about it. It's 193. It's not.
Is there any problem?
Okay, so we have to understand again what did Yankee wanted here, what did he gain? As Yankee is given, when he will beim Gila Ketz wissen. As es ist toll in Zochu Kanal, der Zoya says Ilu Zochu. Wenn sie Moisem sein in Zoya Zochu, weil das Hashem, wenn die Sofe Magdim sein die Gule, als sie soll kommen noch Vater bestimmt, Ketz hat doch mal Chazal, Zochu Hashem. Very geschmack, not the answer is very good. He tells them Ilu Zochu. And he didn't know that Zochu means, number one, it's not going to ruin for sure by 210. If you're going to do better, could be Achisheno. The Gemara says, I think Gemara in Sanhedrin. Yeah, Gemara in Sanhedrin says Achisheno. And the Rebbe brings proof. Something that we saw already by the story with Mitzrayim. We see already this thing. Where do we see it? Weil there we find by Yetzias Mitzrayim Gufe. By this story of Yetzias Mitzrayim, we find something that we changed something. Where do we see it? Einer von the timing, the Rebbe brings down the Ralbag and the Shach HaTorah saying this reason. There's a question, a very famous question. Va'avodum ve'inu oisom, Alba Meir Shono. How much were they in Mitzrayim? Redu. How does it fit? The Rebbe said Alba Meir Shono. There is a Pshita Shel Mikro. There's answers. I think in the Rashi today. Today's Chitas. In Thursday's Chitas. There's an answer when it started the 400 years. I think. Okay. Was Golos Mitzrayim hat gedört nur Redu Shono. Nicht Alba Meir Shono. Wie es gewinnt bestimmte Bris bei den Absoren befeuert. That's what the Rebbe said. Ist weil der Koishia Shibud hat Maschlung wenn der Minion von Alba Meir Shono. The truth is, Paroi was supposed to give him 400 years of bed. But he was such a me'ader in this being bad to the Eden. And Koishia Shibud, it went down from 400 to 210. So the same as I see that with something bad could have an effect and take down from 400 to 210, how much more so they're going to do good things that it's going to take from 210 and make it into 20, 30 years and finish. Yeah. Ich muss mal geschehen wieder ich so in Shibud Koishia Shibud. Und magdim wenn die Geule, al der gesagt, Rebbe says beim Kolschkein. In der Aure der Rebbe says, meruba mit der Teuva. If I say it work at the effect, how much more so, weil sich das getan durch der Sofe in Zochu und in Toivo. This is negative and positive. Negative is working very hard. In positive, doing good things. For sure that it's going to make hasten the Geule and bring it earlier than 210 years. Now, we understand the Yanke very well, right? Very geschmack. And he's giving him a geschmack to daven and learn and do all the mitzvahs. Why? Because Zochu is a cheshena. So they're going to go up. It's not 210 years. It's going to be soon because you're going to do mitzvahs and you're going to be just so the Gemara says. So it's very understood. Now we have to understand what does the Rebbe want. Ois bof. Aval bikein is the stalker men schrine und nicht der Lost as Yankiv soll megal sein im Ketz. Why? Is the beer in them? Is the beer? But the Rebbe is going to give the explanation. Die Shtemus bei Avodah Sodom was durch den Wörter Zochu ist wenn der Avodah ist melach tucha shatase, weil der Maim Chazal Odom roitze bekaf sheloi mit tishu kabim shel chaverot. The Rebbe says here, when is the Shtemus Avodah von Ilu Zochu? When you do the Avodah melach tucha shatase. If Yankiv would reveal them the gates, why would they do it? Because they want to have Zochu, they want to have the gates, so they're going to do better mitzvahs and better Torah. This is not what the Rebbe wants. This is not Avodah. Because this is then the avoid because of our reason. And a beautiful the Gemara in Bobem Tzia. What does the Gemara say? You come to somebody, you want to give him $9,000. Says, no, I don't need it. I'm going to work and I'm going to get $1,000. I get $100. Who's going to do such a thing? The Rebbe put in our nature that Odom roitze bekaf sheloi. That's what the Rebbe means. Now the Rebbe said there was a question. How could you say that melachtecho? Anything that you do comes with the Rebbe's help. So it's never melachtecho. The Rebbe is going to explain that in melachtecho, and in you doing it with HaKadosh Baruch Hu Israel, there is two explanations what it is. After das bei jeder Arbeit muss der Onkel zu Siata de Shmai, belosh Chazal, ilmol HaKadosh Baruch Hu Israel, then in the Farans way funny. And here the Rebbe wanted that should be in one of the two funny, then it's going to be the Geula Amitis. Or Aleph, what do we see? Eizam elemailo, And the Gemara says clear, L'moleh HaKadosh Baruch Hu oizroi. So I need help in everything that I do. Rabbi says, Aleph, das Sichois und Ezer Milemaylo is dirgach b'modom ha'oived, b'shas und in seiner Avodah. There's an Ezer that you feel it when you do the Avodah, you feel that the Rebbe is helping you. Where do you see it? Ledugme. Avodas Hashem in this money from his rotzen, Asher Simei Tshuva. Everybody feels differently in Asher Simei Tshuva. You feel elevated. You feel that the Rebbe is helping you to get out of your mundane days and do something better. When the Rebbe is bei Motzoi, bei Shekoroi, or the Shabbos beyond Bechlal. And you know what? We always say that the Rebbe wanted it. The Rebbe wanted that we learn a Sicha. We should learn as we understand it. And Divrei Torah anim b'mokem echad, asher b'mokem acher. And there's once the Vada Nochas Belak sent into the Rebbe a Maimar or a Sicha exactly from the tape copy. You know what the Rebbe answered? This could a 5-year-old could also do it. That's not what I want from you. Unbelievable. This is not the loss of the Rebbe. A 5-year-old could do it. So I say, everybody could feel it. You have a baby, you make a option, you make a bar mitzvah, a day of a chastin for a kid. You're completely in a different level. The Rebbe is Yemel Oizro, you feel the Ezer of the Rebbe. This is one way. Then there's another way that the Ezer is before, and when you do it, you don't feel that the Rebbe is Oizro. That's what the Rebbe wanted to be here. You should do the avoid mitzat atzmoi and not mitzat yankiv. Base, there's eine die Sibbe. It's only a reason, was is goyim and Messiah, die später die avoid. It's helping you out in the later avoid. Avoid sorry. Aber wer ist der avoid Gruppe? Ist das Joa behelem as the avoid is beigias atzmoi. The Rebbe brings proof, like he brought proof before, that the Aseret Metshuva has been different. Here we also have proof. What is the proof? Al der wird die verschiedene Baskols, was wir sehen, kommen rein in Ruhe Tshuva bei jedem Menschen. Ja? Wie Kerovis, Cholje Baskol Yotzes B'choyer, Oilem Libris Melboinish Teuro. The Boinish, what does it do? It gives you a little wake up, and then you go to the avoid. When you do the avoid, the wake up is not there anymore. This is not the Oizroi then. Welcher Poil, as der doch, is a Moistiv Beteure Avoid. Und das ist der Tam, was nicht allkommen ist. I will understand the Eberst's reason why I didn't let Yankev say it. The Yankev wollte gar nicht mit dem Kessler Bonov, wollte sehr euch so viel bei Avodas Hashem, durch den Gile Aketz zu versichern, als sie soll stehen in der Matze von noch mal so, nicht gewinnt Kaff, Shelo, Iserer Anoiftu. They would have done it with the help of Yankev, and this is not what the Rebbe wanted. And das wollte, in dem wollte sich hereingemischt, der Ezer Milamai, der Gile Aketz. Gile Aketz would bring him to this, and that's why they're going to go out earlier. This is not what the Rebbe wants. The Rebbe is Nestalkom and Schrine Big Day. As the Avoide von Iden soll sein in Amatzev, Davke von Siluka Schrine, und Elem Aketz, Bemeile, then it's Bekoyach Hatzmom. I'm doing the Avoide Bekoyach Hatzmom. The Rebbe says in 35, another reason, Gabi Shloimar, Gdeshiti Avodosam Loi Bishvil Aschad Agdomas Aketz. If Yankim Avinu would tell him the cats, and they would do more Teure, more mitzvahs, because they want to have it Ilu Zochu Achisheno, it would have been for the Geule. This is not what the Rebbe wants. The Rebbe wants you to serve him, not because of Geule, not serve the Eibishter, not for Schar, and not for nothing. Okay. So it's very Geschmack, why the Rebbe said no. Now the question is, what did Yankev want? Why did Yankev want to reveal it to them? It's not what the Rebbe wanted. It's not Kav Sheloi. Very Geschmack. Yankev would give all. Yankev has a different opinion. Yankev's opinion, you know what it is? Out of Golus. You're full, not full Shleimus. I don't care. We have to be out of Golus. Yankev would gewollt, dass man soll was schneller raus in dem Golus. Es wird öfter fällen, in Shleimus Haboide. It's going to be missing the Shleimus Haboide. Der Pfarrer aber wird mit früher raus von Golus befragt. You know where you are? Was Oretz, the worst place in the world. Und rein in der Gula mit das Schleimer. Die Schleimer, as das ist der Dio Kaloschen, also der Rechaga. Bikesh Yankev legal Schulu. Why does it say Rotzer? What's Bikesh? What's the loss from Bikesh? Asking. The Rebbe says the Bikesh was to the Eibishter. Euch meloschen bakoshe. Yankev wird gebeten beim Eibishter. Jetzt bei der Eibishter, es soll sein der Gilo Aketz. You should be able to reveal the cats. Was das wird geben mit nach Sichois Bavedosam. Und versichern, dass die Geule wird kommen schneller. And to make sure that the Geule is going to come earlier, although it's not going to be a schlimmes dicke Geule. Der Eibishter, now back to the Eibishter. So what's the Eibishter's reason? Der Eibishter hat aber gewollt, dass die Geule soll sein betachlis ha-schleimus. Und das ist verbunden damit, was der Avoide von Iden ist beschleimus. Can be only when they are doing it bishleimus mitzad der rotzen, mitzad der yegie, and not mitzad, as we said before, in a massive von Siluk Schrine and Elemaketes. This is when you have to walk yourself the Eibishter. The Stalkom and Schrine, but those get a note for aggressor shleimus in avoider, keniska lo'el. The Rebbe says in Aure 37 also very geschmack. Al der ze motzinu b'tzias Mitzrayim, very geschmack parallel. בני ישראל ביקשו להקדים או לוותר על הרכוש גודל, הקדוש ברוך הוא אמר שצריך להיות דווקא ברכוש גודל. The Gemara tells us in Brochus a very interesting story. It gives us a moshel. The Rebbe says, before we're going to read it in Parshas in Boy, that Dabana was neon, that you should go and take silver and gold from the Mitzrim. How they don't know what it is, they don't want to give it. So Makas Choisher, they went in and they saw everything where it is. I'm asking you, if somebody comes to you and tells you, go to this place, they're going to give you gold and silver. I have to beg you to go? You're going to run. What is the double no? Why is no? Because the Rebbe says, I don't want that Avram Avinu should ever complain, but Avram Avinu is some Abba Meshono Kiyem, and the Gemara gives a mashal. Somebody's in jail, and somebody's passing by and looks into the window, and he tells them, tomorrow I'm coming to take you out, and I'll give you a lot of money. What is the answer going to be? Who needs your money? Do me a favor, take me out today. That's what he didn't want. That's what the Rebbe says in the Orah. They said, take me out. The Rebbe says, no, Rechush Godel. What is here the Rechush Godel? The avoid of Shleimus from there Yegier and not from Gilui Haketz. Oi Zion. No, Zion, the Rebbe is going to get. So we have Gishmak, now we know what Yankee wanted and what the Rebbe wanted. The only question what it's left is, why does the Rebbe tell us that? That Yankee wanted and he didn't reveal it. Something is here, we're going to learn what the innovation is.
So what he didn't tell them is he didn't tell them that concept of Zachu. That's what he didn't tell them. So the Bikush Lagaz Haketz was what? The Bikush Lagaz Haketz that it's going to be then. Ilu Zachu is going to be earlier.
Telling them that it's 210 years and Ilu Zachu is going to be, yes.
That's what he didn't tell them. He didn't tell them, so they didn't know about Zachu. They didn't know about the whole idea.
Right. So they didn't know about Zachu B'chlal, yes.
That was the
Yes.
point.
Yes.
They would have known
So now
about
whatever they did was done from the
Well, you said that the Kates could be there. It's supposed to be 4 dollars. Even if the Kates could be after the Jewish Shlomo, it's part of this.
But they wanted to tell him.
Right.
That it's
the
going to be
point. The whole point is that Zachu, without Zachu, the whole
without Zachu, the whole thing is not. Yeah. Yeah.
Fine, we make it then and Zachu.
How come now we can know about Zachor and Mezachim?
Because Gemara Sanhedrin.
No, I'm saying.
Missing in our avodah, you want to say?
Yeah.
Good question. Now we know that Ilu Zoch is Achasheh, no? After so many years, we don't need already.
But then we'll help.
The Rebbe is going to say it. Why did Yankov Avinu have the two days in Yankov Avinu? One is that he knew, one that he lost it also. We're going to have it by the end of the Sicha. Yeah. Okay. Oi Zayin. The Rebbe is going to give more understanding about the Rebbe that wanted to have Shleimus Davke. It's not only a part of the idea that the Rebbe wants, the Geula should be Shleimus. No, it's a deeper thing. A deeper in them. Das wird die Shleimus der Geula kommt durch dem, was der Avoide von Eden ist in der Matze von Siluka Schchine. Bebeile beigias Atzmam Kenal Rai, that's what we established just now, is es nicht schon über seitige Scheiches von dem Oivum Avoide zu der Geula. Because if you do this Avoide in Yegier, and not because you know, this is going to bring the Geula. No, it's completely differently. No, weil Davke in der Avoide is totally a cat von Azag Geula nicht so schön nach Golus. The Rebbe is going to explain, what does it mean Golus, Geula schön nach Golus? It's going to be, if I have a Geule, and then comes Golus, so it's a Shinui, right? It's Shinui. It's Geule, and it's Golus, and it's again Geule 4 times. If you have the avoide of Yegier, when you have the avoide with Yegier, it's not Shinui, then you could bring a Geule with no Shinui. That's what the Rebbe is going to explain here. Kedei die Geule soll sein, an Nitzres on Shinuim, no more Golus. Darf so ich der avoide von Iden, was bringt die Geule? Sein, in sehen, an Neufung von Leuch Shonisi on Shinui. Ado zu deppen. Why does this Yegier, not knowing about the case, is going to be no Shinui? Rebbe is going to explain it in the river. And that's why Shas the avoide wird getan mit Zadvus mit dem Heilo. Und nicht wie gehst, that's why because you know that Ilu Zochu, Demold ist nicht okay Nitzrius in der avoide. Wenn das Yom mit dem Heilo soll nicht halten werden, kann der Rodom werden, an Jörg bei der Großen Rachman in das Land. If somebody is doing it by Sarusha de Leile, and we see it in the yeshivas, we see it mostly by Bochem in yeshiva, somebody is not such a big master with him. One day he gets up and he sits in the learning all day and he doesn't stop. I remember it, a lot of years ago in yeshiva, that somebody that wasn't so involved in learning. And one day he came in, he sat down and take him sometimes a day, sometimes 2 days, and 3 days, and it's gone. Because the Sarusha de Leile is not sustained. As soon as the Rebbe says even more, could be a Chaz Sholma Yoyred Madrigose, Rachmon in Islam. What happens now? You yourself sitting and you deciding in my awakening that I want to do what the Rebbe wants. Bekoyach Hatzmoi is a Dober HaMiskayim, und der Fahr bringt sie die Geule Kayemes, Nitzchis, Shein Achreo Golus. So very deep. Now the Rebbe not only wanted to have the Shleimus, but the Shleimus could be Davke in such an avoid. Oischres. Al Pizeh fordert sich aber Bio Leidoch Gise. Now we're going to come to Yankem. If the Rebbe wants to have such a Geule, what is your svore? Was ist svore Yankem lechatchile, was bikish Megalo sein im Kessel Bonov, Shasas das wohl Goyrim gwen as a place was avoide, was is nicht kein Sibe Matim, und der Geule amit ist. Why does he want to do it? Yishlema das Borba ze al derech Chachsidus. Es ist Yadua, as man träges Yankem is Atziles. Der Alter bringt seinen Terror, in Likkutei, Yankem is Atziles. Was is Oilom Artus. Yeah? It's not even called Oilom Brie. Brie, creation, where it's called that it says that Bereshis Bara Elokim es Hashemayim v'Haaretz. But where is the oilom after tzimtzum that we call brie? Brie after Atzilus. Atzilus is Etzle v'Somuch. Completely different. Kuloi Toiv, Etzle v'Somuch, Atzilus. Everything shows on Lachra Biru. Baltas by Yankev in Lachra Biru. Yankev is already in the Matzev is already before he's passing away. The Frat Somuch list al Kushe when he's given betachlish lemushe. Brings down the Gersa Kodesh. Everybody knows the Alter Rebbe says the Chidush that when it comes to the Stalkus, everything that he did all life is being then accumulated. And it's being there to see what he did all life. What you forendik shleimus avedosoi, and by machine dota kaf sheloi. He walked already for 147 years. He walked. Is by him the inyan from Gilead Ketz Poil Nora. So for the 7 shleimus avedosoi. So when it comes to Yankev himself, his avoido was all life was in a way of Yegia, and it was kaf sheloi. Now before he passed away, he has the revelation of when the Gula is going to be, and this is not going to disturb. It's just going to be a little surface shleimus in his avoid. But his avoid was bekaf sheloi. My time now we'll understand also why Yankee wanted to tell it to the kids. When he comes to the conclusion that he's going to pass away, and he feels himself that he's already bekaf sheloi, yes, and he has already revealed the cats by him. He knows the cats because it's not going to disturb him in the avoid that he did always. He thinks that the kids are on the same level. My time what Yankee would megal sein im cats euch lebonov. Onwendig azoich bonov seinen in der Madrege. Und mit die Gemorre ist mamschich, aber der Rebbe bringt Proof von die Gemorre. As bishas Yanke wurde sehen, as in Stal kommen Schrine, what did he think? Und hat nicht gekannt megal sein im Kessel Bonov, hat gleich gesagt, Shemo chas v'sholem yesh b'mitos psul. He got scared, maybe they're not. He felt that they are already with him. You know what? Yanke was in such a level that he was in the level of Geule, he was in the level of finish the avoide. We see it by Esav also. Yeah, he thought that Esav was already also ready to the Geule. Then says, oh, he's not ready yet. Told him, you go, and I'm going to go slowly, and we're going to meet in. Now, please have it not verstehen. So Yankov Avinu felt that the kids are in the same level as him, and the Rebbe says him in the Aore that even when they answer them, look at the Aore 43. You come if you assume shom. The Rebbe said, they said we are the same as you. Amru kishem sheim belib chol echod, kach heim belibenu echod. He was very heartbroken. Maybe my kids are not as it's supposed to be. The Rebbe says very geschmack. Because they don't say that we are the same as you. Kach, we are kofadim. They're not the same as him. In his level, what he was not in his level. So according to this, we understand what the Rebbe wanted, we understand what Yankev wanted, and now we still have left to understand why it's 2 days in Yankev. And the other thing, what is the gaining of not knowing what the Gula is going to be? Now, please have it verstehen, die 2 days and also base. So the Ketz is euch von Yankev nicht am geboren, oder nicht? Why is it 2 different opinions? What is it? The matter is that nicht am Imenu der Ketz. Yankev also didn't know already. Weil der Rebbe hat gewollt, als euch Yankev soll demol der Herr und die Meile von Avoide Bekoyach Hatzmai. He should also know that Avoide has to be on the Bekoyach Hatzmai. Und damit anweisen den Bon of the Meile is sehr Avoide, wenn sie wollen nicht wissen dem Ketz. So he himself also has to be in the level that he's losing it, he doesn't know anymore when the Gula is going to be. This is the Asamedresh. The Asashas is, as the Salkom men no Schine. Und nicht der Ketz genau. He still know when the Ketz is going to be. Die Baltas bei Yankev allein ist schon gewähnt, die Schleimus ve Ilui, was hat sich häufig getan bei Bonov durch Stimas HaKetz. By Yankev, he already added the level that he could know, and it's not going to disturb it in his avoided. Mashenk in Bonov, they should know. That's why the Gemara says that he still stayed and know about it. Oistes. Now we're going to come to explain what is the idea. The Torah tells us that he wanted, and the Rebbe didn't let him. What is the gaining here for us in this idea that you don't tell me the whole story? If you're telling me that he wanted, and the Rebbe didn't want, so don't tell it. There's something to teach us. Aber der Rebbe hat geführt, als Yankev soll nicht megalo sein im Ketzlebonov. Aber von dem, was Bikesh Yankev legalo ist, sein die Kamerkovo, the Rotz Noelian can also base, is so when he wanted to legalo is, it was Rotz Hashem. Chas v'sholem to be against Hashem. Ist verstandig, als der Bikesh legalo ist, geht es yamin. Is euch demol gewinn bei Etem zum Rotz Noelian. So the Rebbe wanted that he should want to be revealing it. Und noch mehr, der Rebbe said, I'm very geschmack. Bald as Abakoshe von Tzadik is sicher ein Choseres Reikom, and Yankev wanted to be revealing it, so Take the Rebbe didn't let him. But something had an effect in the world. The Rebbe brings proof, we see proof in Teuro that such a thing happened. Und der Sicha gata peule dole mata. So ist wir heute. Bald das ist reingestellt geworden in Teuro Meloshne Roe. Teuro tells us the story that he wanted, and the Rebbe didn't let him. He says, Roe Nitzris lechol adoiros. What is the Roe? Al der we gefind, we are beautiful, posig in Chumish, wo Moshe Rabbeinu azaf hat gesagt, Bakoshe gewähnt, wo es Chanon, Ebrono, ve'ere goimer. Yeah, what did Moshe Rabbeinu wanted? Moshe Rabbeinu wanted aufzusammen bei Eden re'ie in Elikus. It's nicht der viel geworden. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't have the effect. It says clear after that, Va'avto Israel, Shema. It doesn't say Rei. And we learned already a few times already the difference between Rei and Shmir. Shmir you could refute. Rei, what you saw, Rei in Elikus is a gewaltige Darge. It's not only Shmir. Weil die Eden damals eine gewähren Roi noch zu bringen, Shmir, Va'avto Israel, Shema. Und deswegen hat sein Bakoshe aufgetan. What did that effect? Rabbi says beautiful, what did it add an effect? As by Eden soll sein der Rein of Rei, beprinas Makif al Koponim. We do have the Rein of Rei. It's Makif. And sometimes we have it. Sometimes we have the Rein of Rei. Sometimes you keep it. Sometimes Baneile. Sometimes each and every one has this time that he has the Rei Belikus. The Rabbi Edzan by Yechides Gulo is Oiche beprinas Pnimi, not only beprinas Makif. Okay. Al derech zeh, Shloimar by Yankev. We have to say the same as by Moshe Rabbeinu that Yankov's Bikesh the Galois had an effect. Until today, it has an effect on us in the union of Chitzonius, of not Chitzonius, the Rebbe calls the lotion Makif al Kopoli. Not Bepnimius as by Yechidus Gula, but Makif. Al derech zeh Shloimar by Yankev. Those was Bikesh the Galois is a Ketz, und aufgetan bei Eden, als sollen kennen der Griechen zu Gilead Ketz, bei derech Makif. Avoid das Hashem in an Oifen von Cherus, Mumos Oilem und Vayechi und bei Yechidus Gula Bepnimius. This is the yesod what the Rebbe is saying us to live with Moshiach, to live higher than Golus. Ayid could live in Golus, Cherus Miumos Oilom, and Cherus from Yetzirah. He lives with Moshiach. He lives as Moshiach is here already. And by Yechidus Gula, as Bepnimius, they live mamish with Moshiach. And I always mention when we learn this that it says that by Rashbi there was no Churban Beis Hamikdash. What do you mean there's no Churban? There's no Beis Hamikdash. There's no Korbanos. There's no Avodas Hashem. There's no serving. There's no Aliyah Regel. He had the same Ashpoes Milemailo, the same Euros as the Beis Hamikdash was there. The Shloimar, and the Rebbe says very beautiful. We see that the by Yechides Gulo at his Bepnimius. Where do we see it? We see as those come from Gdolei Israel, Rab Sadia Goyen and the Rambam of Mechashev Gven Kitzin. And the Rambam said, the Rebbe brings in hour 51, the same Rambam that he was Mechashev Kitzin said in a Psak Din Rambam Melechus Melochim, Tipa Chasmu Shel Mechashev Kitzin. That each and everyone is not allowed to do it. Yechides Gula could do it because they live with Moshiach with Pnimius. So they see when the Gula is going to be. Oishut. Now the Rebbe is going to finish up with the Yoroi, what we could learn from it. The fun is to each and every one, wherever we are, in whatever time, anytime. As it's darf sein der Ingen from Bikesh Legalis Ketzayim, we have to beg and request from the Eibishter, he should reveal us the Ketzayomin. What means to reveal us? To bring Moshiach. Ayid darf wellen beten, as it soll sein Gilui HaKetz. As it says in 52, Kenusach hat viele Gimpomen beyoim b'chol yoim. 3 times, Shachis Minche Ma'iri v'sei, et Tzemach David Avdecho Meiros Atzmiach. And then even Shabbos v'yonte, v'yedin gan, v'sechazeno inenu. As it soll sein Gilui HaKetz, was those Gufe Abakoshe, and this Boinenus Bozeh, it's like we said, what did Yankee want again telling the kids, this is Boinenus, Git Asiyu Aveitu Rav in Avodas Hashem. If we bikesh, we keep asking, and we think what we're saying is Tzemach David Avdecho, and we live with that, this itself brings us to be better, even and serve the Eibishter much better. Where do we see it? When Nizetas Bemuchash. You see it? As when Nizokta Eden, as Otot kommt Moshiach. And we want Moshiach now. Is the spoil as Zirus Veisof in Avodas Hashem. Chas v'sholem, it's not breaking him. It's bringing him to serving the Eibishter better and more. When Azirus is Shere Yoiser, as soll nicht sein Keniyim von Shema Ikroi. He doesn't want Chas v'sholem that his behavior to bring the opposite effect. Was Chas v'sholem verhalten wie es am Mashiach. But Yemeinu Eile, kommt zu noch an Dinge. Now, in our generation, there's even an added thing more than regular. Torah Semezog, the Gemara says in Sanhedrin, Kolu kol hakitzim ve'nadovo tolu elo b'tshuve. It's already finished. All the kids now finished, and we just have to do tshuve. The Gemara says with Pshitus, as the cats issue from lying door. What is missing? Our tshuve is going to reveal the cats. Wir darf noch roben dem Scheite Chode, dem Kerl von tshuve. The Rambam, it says in Zoya, the Rambam says na Psak Haloche, the Gemara says Amakadosh so Yishal B'nashan Nitzadi Gomu, and it says he holds a sandwich with Dovoracha or cheese meat. How could it be? Shemo Yira Tshuva Belibo is Sofik Mekodeshes. So it says the Tshuva has to be B'Shaite Chode. Shaite Chode means it has to take an hour. So the Zoya says no. Shaite Chode doesn't mean an hour. Shaite Chode means show a care, and we have proof. It says in Chumash in hour 56, V'Lo Isha. He didn't turn them. Just one turn and the Gula is here. The Rambam says, and the Shaite Chodet from Ker von Tshuva was bringt miyad ein Golim, not no Rambam. Israel is in Tshuva miyad ein Golim. Miyad mamish, now. And the Rabbi said in Gan Naor 58, very geschmack. Even when we say in English, we want Moshiach now. Now is Nun Alevov. Nun Alevov is 57, it's the in of Zon, and it's the gematria of Kei Lavai Beyachad. Very geschmack. Miyad mamish now, Ba'agol Odidan. Sichos Asor B'Tevis, Shabbos Parshas Vayechi, Tov Shin Mem Aleph.
They played it.